Hey guys, welcome back. So, kind of took a little bit of a break from the garden. I haven't been out doing anything in the garden other than harvesting. I have been doing that quite a bit. I did empty my rain barrel once to water my tomatoes in containers. That's it. I've been neglecting everything for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3.5, 4 weeks, something like that. So I'm trying to get back into doing some things because it's become just a complete disaster in my garden areas. Um, I was like really pushing myself before we left for our trip mid-July, and I had so many projects that I was like rushing and completing and getting things in the ground. I was working in the rain, harvesting, trying to preserve some things, and I just got burned out, just completely 100% burned out. So the week away at the beach, that was really wonderful. It was a great family trip. It really was. And then I came home and I didn't even want to go do anything in the garden. I did pick my tomatoes. I did water once. Like I said, thank you, Lord. Thank you so much for all the rain. Otherwise, everything would be dead. But right now, everything is getting really dry. So I'm going to force myself out here today, try to get back into the garden, try to get back into the groove of doing things out here. The pests have been really bad as far as mosquitoes and the biting gnats. And the few times I've been out here harvesting, they have just attacked me. So I did find a new bug spray. I tried it once the other night when I came out here to pick, and it actually worked. I was so shocked. And that's been another deterrent. It's just knowing if I come out here just to do a 5-minute task, I'm going to be covered in bites. And they're so painful at night when you're trying to go to sleep. So I'm hoping this will help. Yes, sometimes you just have to get out there and do what you don't want to do. Even though you think you want to do it and you love it, but you just don't want to do it, you just do that old saying, fake it until you make it. So just do it. Like, I'm going to get out here and do stuff I don't want to do. There's a lot that needs to get done, so let's get started. I'm taking you along as motivation and accountability. All right, I'm on the back deck, and I think the way I'm going to tackle today is projects I can do in 5 minutes. I'm just going to do them and get them over with. And projects that'll take more than 5 minutes, I will just make a list as I'm editing this video, and I will work on the list over the next week or so. So, these guys are okay. I'm just going to leave them as is. Do want to work on my wall strawberries and this strawberry container, and I will be working on all the time in my whole garden property in a future date. That will take a very long time. I do see something that needs to get done soon. I've got all of these baby celeries that came off the mama. You can see it died back, it had its seeds, it dropped its seeds, and there are the babies. So I will pot those up. I will keep, I don't know, 2 or 3. I will donate the rest to anyone who would like a free celery plant. These containers also need to be worked on with the strawberry bed. That'll be a totally different project. The camellia redos, well, not really redo, just care, that will be done at a separate time. That will take more than 5 minutes. I want to take these containers of impatiens, dig holes in the backyard, and just plant them there in the flower beds. That's definitely going to take more than 5 minutes. This polka dotted plant, I was going to go plant it somewhere. I don't know where. That will probably take more than 5 minutes. This seems like everything's going to take more than 5 minutes. I am going to grab some fruit or produce along the way and see what I can do here and there. I really need to go pick off all the pepper leaves that are damaged from either grasshoppers or whoever has been eating on them. I'll just add that to the long to-do list. I can grab these real quick here. I've already pulled out both of the Mountain Princesses. I'm going to say that silvery fir needs to go, and we should harvest those carrots soon. So that can go on the list for later. This pruning of this miniature pomegranate can go on the list. That will definitely take more than 5 minutes. So far, I've not done anything. That's not good. Well, I don't see anything urgent there except for the ginger. So I plan to I don't know what I plan to do. Maybe I will put both of those gingers into a bigger pot. I think that's what I want to do, and that's definitely more than 5 minutes. So we're going to wait on that. These are the tomatoes I have been watering since we came back. So they have been watered here and there, but they're still starting to look a little raggedy. Definitely have some blight. Here's a 5-minute job. We'll do this really quick. I'm just going to cut off the flower stalks from my heuchera or corbels. And some are dry enough to be seeds. I'm not going to save any more seeds. I have so many seeds saved from corbels. I'm just going to clip off all the flower stalks and go throw them over there in the camellia area so that if the seeds want to germinate, they can germinate. The only trick about these plants, this is a shade plant, but when the seeds are germinating, they need light to germinate. So while I'm doing some of these 5-minute jobs, I am going to be watering, just letting things get a nice good soaking that really need it. Because I don't think we're going to get rain for many more days, and they're so thirsty. So I've been working on these guys here, and I'm going to let each one get at least 5 minutes of a nice long drip there. But look at the difference here. Just doing that quick 5-minute job looks so much better. So yay, I got one little thing done. One thing I do want to do that's going to take more than 5 minutes is I want to remove all of the columbine from my backyard. You know, I couldn't find a lot of good information about it when I started putting columbine in my backyard. I do have a dog, and so there was mixed information. Is it toxic? Is it not? I'm starting to lean more towards it could be, and seems like more information right now that yes, you should keep it away from your dogs. So, and probably cats too, but I'm just focused on a dog right now. I'm going to work on removing and relocating to the front yard. Another thing I want to get done that's going to take a very long time, this is Seascape Strawberry, it's everbearing. I want to remove everything from this 7-tier greenstock, which you can see it's got the Flamingo Celosia on the top level there, and then some beets growing. I'm going to relocate the Celosia so that it will self-seed in the spot I put it in for next year. This is just self-sown from last year, all that Celosia. And I'm going to remove all the thyme from the green stalk. I'm going to remove all of the Sure crop strawberries are going to get removed, relocated. So since I haven't been out in the garden doing much, I've been inside doing more. So I've been kind of organizing and decluttering and cleaning and stuff like that. One thing I have done is as I come across seeds, and I've been trying to put seeds away, I run out here with the seeds and plant some. So I did put some of these breakfast radishes in the ground probably about 3 or 4 days ago, but they're so leggy. I'm worried maybe I need to reseed. Maybe it's just a little bit too hot to do that, but you will see I have seeded a few things here and there. Talking about seeds, look at those tomatoes. And I know they're not going to make it before first frost. I know that. But I'm like, I really hate to kill them. What am I going to do with them? I wish someone had like a insulated greenhouse nearby that grew tomatoes year round. In a heated greenhouse, I would donate them, but oh well. All right, while the water is still dripping there, I'm going to be looking for some tomatoes. Need to come get all the peppers again. Seems like I've had a great pepper year. That's a bigger than 5-minute job, so we're going to wait on that. But the mommy bird that was living in here, she 2 of the 3 eggs hatched, and she took care of them, and they grew, and now they live here. Like, I see them all the time. Oh, and there's the yellow finch over there too. Can you see it? He is, oh, there he went. Okay. Yeah, so I see the mommy and her 2 babies. She's been training them. They're so cute. So I can take back my greenhouse, and this is something I need to do. I need to clean this up, work on that other green stalk. There's a better view of the Celosia. Work on this green stalk. That's like a 3-hour job, so we're not even going to think about that, but I will take this tomato. And there was a hornworm in here. I think the bird took it though. Oh, there's a squash bug. Do you see it? He is trying to get that tomato. Ugh. Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. So I can pick beans in 5 minutes. So I'm going to pick the beans right here real quick. Move my water hose first to another planter, and then there are beans over there. I need to go pick those. You got to keep picking them so they keep producing more. So that'll be the next 5-minute job I get done, and then we will be moving right along. So not a ton of beans, but you know, this is like the 4th or 5th time that I've picked on them, and at least I'm keeping them picked so that they can keep producing more. They're supposed to be rattlesnake beans, but I really think it's a cross between Ideal Market and rattlesnake. I saved the seeds last year, and I think those seeds were a cross. But I used them, and you know, they taste fine. They just have a lot of strings. I don't remember a regular rattlesnake having that many strings. And then my black creme, he is still the healthiest looking plant I have right now. Still cranking out fruit, still looking pretty healthy. And I do have a sucker that's growing pretty big down in there too, that maybe he'll take over once this one finally gives out. If it does, who knows. All right, let's go find some more stuff to do. So this whole bed still needs to get worked on. I want to remove the rocks. I want to extend the bed farther towards me here, about 2 feet maybe, half a foot. Not, yeah, no, 1.5 feet would be perfect. Blueberries are done for the year. Don't really need to do anything. I do need to trim up the raspberries, and I do want to trim on the blackberries. They're done as well. And then just, you know, work on the beds. I still haven't pruned that lilac. I think I could probably do that in 5 minutes. So let me go move the water hose. I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to prune that lilac. So I've kind of decided to wait on pruning the lilac because I'm not exactly sure how much I want to prune it. And then I'm like, well, if I'm going to prune it, I'm going to be taking cuttings. Look at these new growth cuttings. Do I really feel like cutting these up and getting them all processed? No. Nope, I sure don't. So that is going to get on the wait till later list. I am watering as I go. And these guys here I just bought yesterday on clearance, half price. So it'll take me 5 minutes. I will add them to this pot with this beautiful fern. This is a Japanese silver fern, perennial geranium, and a stilbe. So I can do that real quick. And I just made some ants super angry. All I did was move that pot. So I may actually wait because I don't want those ants getting me. And there are a lot. So I'll water these guys and they'll be fine in their pots for a couple more days. Probably wait until the end of after blooming to prune up this forsythia again. You usually want to prune it after flowering. I do want to work on those blackberries, but not today. I am going to cut back some of the growth from this year because it will not produce again. And then I'm going to leave the new growth for next year like this. This is new growth for next year, but I may prune it slightly to make it more manageable for next year. Maybe cut it about here or farther down. But get rid of all the old production from this year and then just have it nice and cleaned up. And, you know, we got time for these guys to heal over before we get cold. And I will also be pruning up raspberry canes to make them more manageable next time they start to flower and fruit. And I'm going to make this bed wider. I'm going to bring my edging out to probably like here. Just keep making it bigger, bigger and bigger, bigger and better, right? All right, we need to go water these guys. And I definitely need to weed in this bed and do some strawberry maintenance. I have been pulling weeds as I see them. You know, if I'm just walking by and I see one, I will pull a weed here and there. But I really need to get in here and just aggressively weed. But I think I'll try to pull this one. Oh, I don't know if I can with one hand. Maybe. No, I can't, but I can pull this one. This is one of the weeds I hate. This is smartweed. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. Invasive. Okay, and then we're going to relocate this artichoke. And look at the gorgeous petunias, Mexican petunias. And then the mint, all of the mint in my backyard and front yard is going to get a makeover, facelift. You can see that one over there. That'll be a several-hour job because I have a lot of mint. In time, I have so much time, garden time, that is going to be a huge, huge job. Need to prune the roses. That'll be a huge job. Goodness. Yeah, I think I'm getting overwhelmed again. Okay, let's go move the water hose. That is something easy to do. I don't know if I said it, but I did put a new round of beans down there. Like, I don't know, 3-4 days ago, not long ago. Those are Ideal Market. And they will take the place of the rattlesnake as it, you know, kind of succumbs to disease. But, there was something else I wanted to show you guys. I do have a new cucumber that took its time, but it should produce before first frost. And then these tomatoes here, they can just hang on for now. But there was something else. Okay, I remember. Right here. That is lily tuff, and I removed it all before I planted the beans, but there must have been remnants of the rhizome still in the ground, so I need to get all of that out. I do not want it growing in this bed. The reason it is here is because it is in my yard. It kind of escapes landscaping and ends up in people's yards here. So it was probably in the ground when I made that bed, and it's just been popping up since. And I have a whole bucket of it right here. And that brings me to the next thing on the to-do list, which is a huge thing, is any kind of like transplants, plants that I've dug up, like this pineapple sage. I really need to put them in the ground. These have been sitting here for 4 weeks. That is ridiculous. I do water them, but I need to do something with them. And then I still have a few seedlings, like volunteers, that I have found here and there. They really need to get in the ground. I'm sure they're stunted at this point. That's another project, but that's a long project, very long project, as well as cleaning up these strawberries. I want to relocate my hardy hibiscus out of this bed into a container in the front yard for full sun. It's not going to bloom back here. I've given it 2 seasons, no blooming. I want to take some cuttings from the passion fruit vine. And what else can I do over here? A lot. Weed, mulch. I never got to that this spring. That looks suspiciously like raspberry growing there. I see some coneflower. The reason I haven't weeded this bed is it's going to take a long time because I have so many volunteers. I have to really go, you know, just plant by plant, weed by weed. And I really need to get some more soil here on these blueberries. This is Muscari, and it's coming back to life, acting like it wants to bloom. And it is mid-August. So this blooms very early, spring, late winter here. Not sure why it is putting on new growth, but I guess I better water it. And there is another gorgeous columbine that needs to get relocated. And there's actually a geranium, Cranesville, or perennial geranium. Not happy there. Gave it 2 seasons. It also needs to get relocated. And here's another coneflower. You gotta water your astilbe, or it'll die. I have killed more astilbe in my life than I would like to admit to. I may have found the first casualty of my neglect. It would be this beautiful Italian sage. It was beautiful, and it was still alive 4 weeks ago, but it's root bound, and it's been on my to-do list to get it repotted. I was going to cut off, some of the root ball, give it some new soil, and or put it in the ground, but now it looks pretty dead. Yep. So that's okay. Well, I actually do see a little bit of life. There's a little bit of life. I may just take that and try to root it and then start all over. I do have some right over here though. Poor guy. This is one of my favorite Rebeckias. I think what I will do is I think I can probably divide it. This definitely needs to go on the to-do list ASAP. It looks like I can divide up that down there. So I'll relocate some, keep one small portion in that pot. So I'm thinking right here, I've got a lot of pots, but what I'm gonna do is, well, there's a big gray pot right over there. I don't know if you can see it, but it matches this pot right here in the corner. I don't like it there in the corner. It's hard to get back there and pick the cucumbers and stuff. So I'm actually going to relocate that, and that's a 5-minute job. I'm gonna drag it over here, roll it over here, and I'm gonna add it to this collection somehow manage to squeeze it in there so that you see it, like your eye will see that gray pot over there, and then you'll look this way when you're coming down the walkway and see the other gray pot. So I just have to kind of relocate, figure out where I can put everything. Here on the walkway, this is the gray pot that you see when you come up the driveway and in the gate, and you know, there's the garden, the backyard. And right now you see this pot with the beautiful, beautiful fairy rose, which is beautiful. I love that. But I kind of want to add the gray in there. But then I'm like, well, where in the heck am I going to put that fairy rose pot? I don't want to displace it too much. So I'm going to have to move a few things around, which I have. I moved that one around. So maybe, I don't know. I'm going to go take a few drinks. I'll come back out, get, you know, hydrated. It is still a little bit hot here. Get some water. I'll come right back, and maybe while I'm drinking the water, I'll think about what to do. So I think I got a spot picked right there. Had to rotate the rose, put a stick to hold the petals up with the sharp thorns so Tonto doesn't get poked when he walks through here. I think it'll fit right there, but I've got this dumb tree growing here. I definitely need to remove it just so I can get through here. That is a 5-minute job that I'm going to add on to this 5-minute job, but I'm going to do it real quick. All right, I think I can live with that. What do you think? It's not level, and you know, I need to clean up the pot. There's a lot of weeds. It was neglected being in the corner like that. I don't know, but I'm going to leave it like that for now. We'll just live with it. May do some readjustment later, but that job is done. And here's another quick 5-minute job. So the hornworm, just one night, 1 or 2, I don't know how many, they really demolished my shishito peppers. So what I'm going to do is just pinch off. I'm going to get some pruners, pinch off, clean up, take off any leaves that are half eaten, and hopefully this guy will get a new flush of growth and fruit. So that's a quick 5-minute job we will do now. He's trying to put out new growth already. You see the little babies? So he'll be okay. So, you know, I have companion planted basil with tomatoes and peppers very, very, very often. It does not prevent hornworms for me. I know people say that, but I have not noticed that to be true. Quick 5-minute job. I can get all the cucumbers I can find, which I know there's some here. I know there's some on this walkway, at least 2. I am going to go ahead and pull all the kohlrabi. I will see if, looks like there might be 2 that are viable, 2.5. Throw all that other growth into the woods. All I'm really looking for is the circle there, the globe. I will peel it like an apple and slice it. Hopefully it's not bitter. So I got a couple. Try again. This is another crop that's hard for me to grow here, but the bed looks better. I'm thinking I'm going to reconsider these, what are they called? I don't remember the name, but they're a pickling cucumber that's really kind of small, but they've actually done really well here, and they've been not bitter at all. So I may throw a few more seeds down in the back And then we're going to plant, I guess, my cowpeas here. Cowpeas over here. Do have one other newer cucumber plant that I seeded maybe 4 weeks ago, starting to grow up. Guys, I know I said I was going to do the front and backyard and the whole property. I'm tired. I'm trying to learn to be more gentle and do what I need to do for myself to be well. I had a couple different doctor's appointments this past month, and I've got some testing next week, so I have been dealing with that as well. So I'm going to listen to my body, which is saying you're hot, you're tired, you need to go rest. I'm sure this video is really long anyway, so I'm going to pause. I am going to take care of that Rudbeckia first because I accidentally broke a piece off, so I do need to go ahead and divide it and plant it. But then that's it. I'm going to be done for the day. I'm going to go rest. Maybe I'll edit this video. But I will pick back up. I will be back in the garden. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm back. And I'll talk to you soon.